Here Comes Garfield is an animated short Garfield film from 1982. It's directed by Phil Roman and written by Jim Davis, with a voice cast including Lorenzo Music, Sandy Kenyon, Henry Corden, Hal Smith, Hank Garrett, Gregg Berger, and Angela Lee Sloan. And it's not the most action-packed narrative, it doesn't have that much variety to it, but it's still a really enjoyable story. And it starts off with Odie going to the pound. I won't say how this happens, but he ends up going to the pound, and Garfield realises he has to try and resolve this issue, but things get a little bit tricky for Garfield as well, and I'll say no more than that. The whole thing is about 20-25 minutes, so I don't want to give away too much. But even though it doesn't have the most variety, there's still enough there in the narrative to keep things fairly interesting and moving forward at a pretty steady rate. So absolutely no problems from me there at all. And obviously the characters are really likeable. Garfield's a very likeable character, and so is Odie. But we have some other animals that we meet at the pound, and I think they were all really great characters as well. Really enjoyed those. And the animation itself is just stunning. Of course it is. I really like particularly the colour palette. I find that a lot of the 80s Garfield cartoons have such pleasing colour palettes, and thankfully this one is no exception. I love the designs of the other animals that we meet as well, so I have no complaints. I don't think it's it's not my favourite Garfield short, because I just prefer ones with maybe a more intricate narrative or something a little bit unique. This one doesn't really deliver on those counts, but there's nothing wrong with it. It works very well. The narrative flows well, the characters are great, the voice acting is obviously great, the animation is a delight. So if you're a Garfield fan and you haven't seen it, or maybe you haven't seen it in a while, then I'd say Here Comes Garfield is definitely worth checking out. It may not be my favourite, but I still enjoyed it.